back for the FPF Spring Finals. It is Coed-Ed 2 here at Field 3 as we get ready for LSC taking on Funtastic 9. And what is a matchup that many people didn't predict would happen, but here we are in Lachine for these two finals being in this game here. Welcome in my esteemed panel. I'm surrounded by royalty. To my left, the Prime Minister, Alexis Dubois.
Hello, everyone.
And the head coach of Vanier College female flag football team. How do we describe this exactly? That's how we go with it, Tara Makic, or what?
Yeah, we can say that.
All right, then we're
Vanier flag football.
coach. There we go. As we now get ready for this here, I start off with you, Prime Minister, quickly here. Your quick thought with these two teams in the final.
I think this is the matchup that Funtastic wanted. Yin and Yang, I think, had their number near the end of the season. They knew their playbook because they don't have a very complex playbook.
Bonsoir, mademoiselle,
crossing routes,
monsieur,
trick plays. And
Léo,
I don't think Lisa
Marc.
are ready.
All right, coach, let's make our way through here. Your thoughts here.
Alors,
you being a football coach,
Fait
flag
que
football
la finale.
coach. How is
ça.
those
Bonne
nerves
nuit à
for these
tous.
two teams getting ready for
OK,
this
on va
matchup here?
s'assurer que dans les règles de l'art. Excellent. Il y a quelques précisions concernant la partie de ce soir. OK? Ouais. Il va y avoir l'opportunité pour chaque équipe d'avoir des reprises vidéo. OK? Pour 3 cas spécifiques. OK? Uniquement ces 3 cas-là. Le premier, si vous voulez contester un sac du quart. OK? Si vous voulez contester un toucher, in or out, ou si un attrapé est bon ou pas bon. On ne parle pas de punition, on ne parle pas d'interférence ou quoi que ce soit, comme s'il tue à l'intérieur, à l'extérieur, il a-tu échappé le ballon, etc. Juste les capitaines peuvent demander la reprise vidéo. D'accord. Aussi, vous avez le droit à 2 par match. Cependant, si le premier que vous avez demandé, vous perdez votre challenge, vous n'en avez plus pour le restant du match. D'accord? OK? Si la décision revient positive et que vous gagnez votre contestation, alors vous avez le droit à une deuxième contestation dans la partie. Dans toute la game. Mais cependant, si vous perdez la première, vous n'en avez plus. Si c'est non conclusif au premier, vous avez encore droit à un deuxième.
Là, dans le sens qu'on ne sait pas trop.
Oh, ben, si, mettons, la reprise vidéo, on n'est pas capable de déterminer, là, dans ce cas-là, vous avez le droit à un deuxième. Okay. Y a-tu des... Pardon? Et puis, vous ne perdez pas de temps d'arrêt, ce n'est pas un temps d'arrêt ou quoi que ce soit.
OK.
D'accord? Y a-t-il des questions par rapport à cela?
Non.
Bon, excellent. Comme d'habitude, on s'assure qu'aucun joueur, aucun bijou, aucune poche.
C'est correct, on m'a dit.
Ça devrait être correct, là. Ça, c'est considéré bon. Vous êtes l'équipe haute, ouais. Alors vous avez le choix de... Vous avez prendre le ballon en partant, d'accord? Alors vous autres, alors oui, mais j'imagine de ce côté, il y a une préférence, on ne change pas d'un côté ou de l'autre.
Est-ce qu'on reste de ce côté-là ou vous voulez... Même parfait.
De même? Alors, bien, c'est ça, on va commencer aussi. Je vous remercie beaucoup. Est-ce que j'ai oublié quelque chose?
5, 122.
Exact.
5, 122?
Oui, on est 5.
122. Il est où le 5e?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
22,
mais
c'est
il y
le
a moi.
5e, je pense. Ouais, tout est éligible pour jouer en playoff.
Ouais, tout le monde est éligible.
Apparemment, non.
Apparemment, nous autres, on a dit que le numéro 22 n'est pas éligible.
Il part.
Non.
C'est qui, 22?
C'est moi. Non, il a joué tous les gars.
Ouais, c'est impossible. C'est impossible.
Rob! Je suis peut-être juste trop fort aussi.
Input so I can get a bit closer. I'm short on cable.
Yeah, sure.
All right, Coach, as we get ready for this game here, I'll ask you the first question. Coming from your perspective, coaching the Vanier flag football team, how important is the first 5 minutes to calm the butterflies in the finals like this?
Ultimately, I think, you want to get the first catch. You want to run something simple, short plays, test out the defense, see how things are rolling. And then, in your second possession, you're going to start to make plays, you're going to start to make your calls, and you're going to change things up a little bit.
All right, Alexi, when we look at these two teams here, it appears LSC will only be 5 players. They won't have the standard 6 for this final here. Could that impact their game calling? And also, for what we have for Funtastic 9, does that change the whole philosophy?
Réception, direction par là-bas. On va commencer dans une trentaine de secondes, messieurs. Bon match!
As we have the live mic for the referee here, but to ask you, Mr. Prime Minister, how does that change the game plan for Funtastic Nine having the advantage with them down one player?
I don't think it changed anything for Funtastic Nine. They create a lot of deception either way of how they run their plays. So I think they just need to stay to their game plan no matter what. Before the game, I said their key to victory should be just staying true to themselves and having fun. And if they're one guy less on the air team, well, that means the same thing. But it's looking like Funtastic Nine are only lining up with 5 players as well. So it could be a 5-on-5 final here.
Perhaps a little UN olive branch of going with the 5-on-5 here. So again, this changes the whole optics of what we have here. As this is the first feast of the finals today for day 2 competition. Again, this is Funtastic Nine against LSC, and Funtastic Nine will start off the game. Ed Leroux, 31 touchdowns, 8 INTs this past year, 979 yards. They had a row cast of characters for quarterback play, but he's the central figure for this first play for Funtastic Nine as we're underway here for the Coed-Ed 2 final. Rolling to his right, going short, cut up field towards the sidelines, down to the first down and more, and tackled is number 13 in
Guillaume Saint-Jean, I do
Guillaume
believe.
Saint-Jean. So first play, coach, goes huge for Funtastic Nine.
So I'll tell you right now, 5-on-5, you got a little bit more space than the 6-on-6. So I think we're going to be able to see them spread the field and make all those crossing patterns work for them a little bit better.
Actually, when you think right now, how much does this change the game now with all that spacing?
I think Funtastic have more speed, and they're going to take advantage of this. Also, Leroux expect to be on the center the whole game.
Leroux rolling to his right. He's going to take off. Away he goes to the jet. Burners up ahead, and he evades one player in for the 6-0 lead for Funtastic Nine. 2 plays in, and a 6-point lead. Alexi, a nice start for Funtastic Nine.
Nice start and nicer jump cut. He really did a great job shifting it back inside. That's what got him the touchdown on that.
Coach, was it a breakdown of the defense from what we saw from LSC?
Yeah, you definitely see that, he's not breaking down. He's quick. Number 6 is quick for sure, and he saw the opening right away on the right side of the field, so he took advantage.
Leroux had 391 yards rushing this past regular season, 2 rush touchdowns on 41 carries, almost nearly 9 yards per carry. Here's the extra point attempt for 1. Pumping, rolling, jabbing, nice fake move. He's got plenty of time, looking towards his right, rolling towards his right, going towards the sideline, back end zone, and that is 7-0 for Funtastic Nine. Tara, great improvisation by the quarterback.
Hey, listen, he's quick on his feet. He knows how to evade the tackle, and he bought himself some time. So that allowed his receiver to get to the back of the end zone. Touchdown.
All right, Alex, you
Single
look at
point,
the
sorry.
first endeavor for Marie-Eve Girard. What do we expect from her coming from this quarterback in this first series?
Look at all hooks and little slants out. She's not a quarterback who's going to stretch the field. She's going to keep it simple and try to slowly move the ball.
77% passes that she was at times here. Again, she went for 1,691 yards, just shy of 1,700 for the season, 35 touchdowns, 17 INTs though. So she does throw a lot of picks here, something we'll look out for in this 5v5 situation. So the first pass for Girard coming up right now, coming towards your screen. Looking towards the middle, that is caught up ahead. A jab move towards and a gang tackle of white uniforms for about a 5-yard gain. This caught by Dupre, his 32nd catch of the season. Alexi, your thoughts on that?
Did you see how close the rusher was to getting the PD or even the INT on that? Ball went literally right between his hands. That's Felix Deu rushing for Funtastic Nine here, I believe.
All right, so Coach, when we look at the rushing, how important is that going to be, taking away the passing lane options?
Ultimately, you want to look at, cutting that off for sure. I think that if she gets past the rusher, then you're looking at her hitting the center quite often.
Second down for LSC. Looking towards the right. That's fizzed over. Too much depth on that pass. Incomplete. When we look at the mechanics, Coach, of Marie-Eve Girard, was that too much of an over-saturation of the pass?
That's a hard pass to make, honestly. She's a left-handed quarterback, so it's throwing cross-body for her, right? So it's got to be pretty accurate. And I think she just stretched it out a little too much.
But it was a good read. Did you see how far off the corner was playing on that one? It was definitely the good call to go to hook there.
Third down. Can he convert for the first down? Looking towards the right. Going towards the same position. Incomplete. And this will bring up 4th down here. And what do you do, Alexis Dubois? Do you go for it or do you punt the ball away to play the field position?
You just had Funtastic score on you in 2 plays, and I think they'll score on you on 2 plays again. You got to go for this. It's already looking out of reach very quick.
Do you agree with this, Tara?
I'd go for it. They're almost at midfield. I'd go.
Well, if they don't convert, it'll be fantastic real estate for Funtastic Nine here in the defense as they are looking to get the first hammer on the turnover right now. Can LSC convert for a first down on a 4th and about 4 yards coming up here, if not a little bit less? Girard Looking towards the left. She's going to take off. Away she goes.
Offside
She's
on the
got
rusher.
enough for the first down and more. And away down the middle she goes and tackle in the nick of time. And this will be enough. And this will be offside on Funtastic 9. It'll be a first down, so this will be declined. So
OK.
first big play coming up here.
On a hors-jeu, rusher. La punition est declined. Premier essai, Semi-Croquants.
So, Tad, does that bring a sigh of relief for the LSC offense, knowing that, hey, they can calm their butterflies down?
I think so. I think at this point, you know, they've seen what's coming. They've seen how they're being rushed, and they're going to take what they're given. That's what I think.
First and 10 for LFC, just at the shy of the goal line. Gerard looking towards the right, now rolling to the left, going sidelines. That is caught, spin move, and a pirouette right there, this time by Julien Proulx. And that will be second out coming up here. So, Alexi, that is Charles Montpetit that caught the ball. I beg your pardon. So, Montpetit's first catch. That was his 32nd catch of the season. Thoughts on him as a player and what he can do in this matchup today?
I think his biggest job is going to come rusher-wise. I think Charles Montpetit rushed Justin Weir in the semifinals, held him to one rush, and sacked him once. Leroux's a very similar profile of quarterback. If he can do the same in this game, he's looking great. On the other hand, if he gives Leroux more time, we've seen what happens on the last drive.
Second down coming up for this LFC offense as Montpetit's isolated on the width of the left. Gerard looking towards the left, slant in, incomplete. Too much fizz on that pass. And it appears, Tara, that there was two players within the same area. I'm sure as a coach that is one of those mind-numbing plays to have two players from your team in the same area.
Listen, I tell you, it's been a frustrating season for us. We've seen it way too often this season. So you're hitting a nerve there, Mo. I have no more comments.
Gerard pinging that pass in and complete. It'll be a third down here. So, Lexi, who's the go-to in this situation coming up?
I think this is when Gianna looks towards her snapper. She had her on the first play, him on the first play for a hook. I think that's something she's going to come back to.
Can she find a real quality moment here for this offense? Down 7-0. High snap. Gerard looking to the right, going short. That is caught up towards the sign and tackled just shy of the borderline. And it will be a fourth down now. So this will be fourth in the nose. So, Tara, what do you call for a fourth and literally ahead from getting the first and goal situation going in your favor?
If they're outside the red zone?
Inside
the red zone. Buttons. You got to call buttons. Just have her snapper turn around.
Do you agree with that, Alexi?
No, I think you're running outs deep, slants in on top.
So we're having a bet here? Who's going to be right on this situation?
Oh, yeah, I'll take myself.
Fair enough, then. So this will be fourth and goal, a moment here that can change the complexion of this game coming up right now. Gerard. Good snap, looking towards the right, waiting, patient, going short. That's caught up ahead towards the sidelines. Is that enough for a first down? And we're looking at the referees, and this will be by a razor margin first down. And boy, oh boy, that was very close here. Tara, I saw your body expression. You thought it was very, very photo finish on that play.
Yeah, I thought he was. I don't think he got it. But, again, I'm not on the sideline tonight, so we'll leave that to them.
And Alexi, you were somewhat right with the out pass. At a shorter distance, though.
And I called you out from the slot, so I'm off. I'm not taking credit for that.
First and goal for LSC. From the 4-yard line, they're in position. Looking towards the middle, going deep. That is incomplete, well defended this time.
Philippe Leroux with a great PD on that.
Phil Leroux in on that PD, and this will bring up a second and goal coming up here. Leroux had 2 PDs during the regular season, 2 INTs. And so he is a guy that can definitely have an influence on the defense here. So, again, we're seeing the body cue really be in the middle of that position of where the ball is going towards, too. And this will be a situation now, a second and goal coming up here for Marie-Ève Girard and this offense. A bit disjointed at first, but now finding her rhythm now with an isolation towards her left. 2 to the right. And Girard, a high snap rolling to the right, looking pressured, avoids a sack. She's looking towards the end zone, and that's 6-4. LSC, a big response here, 7-6 lead. Tara, your thoughts on that touchdown?
You know, the key to that play was the receiver kept moving. She saw her quarterback struggling, and she kept moving. She slid across the back of the end zone, made herself available. Great play.
Alexi?
I think going for 2 here is the wrong call to get to it. She's had struggle stretching the field and being able to power it in with her arm. It's a really quick defense she's going up against. Don't like the call to go for 2.
So LaFolle gets the touchdown for LSC. And it's now a 7-6 lead. We talk about extra points. So I'll get your thoughts here, Tara, after this conversion coming up here. And the value what it is. And you're right. They're going to go for 2 and looking to set the tone and be on the front foot here on their opening drive. Here is Gerard. Low snap, bobbling it, looking towards the left. She evades the rush. She's got time, going for the lead. Incomplete. So, Tara, the coach, I ask you, is that too early to go for 2 after your first touchdown?
You know what? I think they were going to tie, actually. It seemed like we're a bit off the...
Oh, we are a bit off, I guess.
Funtastics went for 2, so they went to tie. But otherwise, I would have gone for 1, definitely.
So the conservative approach for the 2-point, 1-point convert here. So it is an 8-6 lead. I beg your pardon here. 8-6 lead, even though it's marked off 7-6 on our screen right now for Funtastic 9. We'll get that corrected here. So 8-6 lead for Funtastic 9. And here is El Leroux, who has shown the ingenuity with the melange of the run and arm. Again, they're customary to using this second quarterback, and away they go, running towards the right of the field. Down the sidelines they go, and tackled for about a 4, if not 5-yard gain is
I'm not too sure because they don't have numbers. So we're numbers people. That's the short of this. But you'll
Alright.
see a lot of this from Funtastic. They're probably the team I've seen the most in all my time in FPF running out of a double QB set. So there you saw Leroux went off, rusher covered him. So the second QB, who was Saint Jean, just took off running for a nice 5-yard gain.
So, Tara, does that create chaos for your defense, having a second quarterback drop back, and this opens up holes on the defense?
Absolutely. If there's no communication from the linebackers, then you're definitely going to get someone who's going to be open or someone who's going to take off.
Leroux looking towards the right. That's a short pass up ahead again. A nice jab move towards the middle of the field, up the depth of the field, and away they go just over the plus side. And that's enough for a first down, caught by number 34,
Felix Daou here,
Felix
I
Daou,
believe.
who was listed as number 0, and that would be his 11th catch. But that will be the first catch of the day for him and a first down. So now, just over the plus side of the territory is Funtastic 9, looking to cash in and extend this lead by more than 2, and they're at the lip of the midfield stripe.
And that was my bad. That was not Felix Daou.
Leroux looking towards the left. A shovel pass that's caught up ahead towards the sideline, and that is more than enough, close enough to a first down. And this will be very close. And again, we're seeing the creativity from this offense from Funtastic 9 Tower using the legs and arms of their offense.
You can see they ultimately have more speed, right? And they seem to have a good connection. So I think they're going to work through that and take what the defense gives them.
So, Alexi, what can be the adjustments here for LSC trying to combat this creativity and mix of run and pass?
I think it's just staying strict in your defense, dropping when you have to, and here good.
And now space working up here. Leroux sees that. Away he goes down the sidelines. The afterburner's making one move, and he's tackled just shy of the borderline of the end zone. And this will be a 1st and goal inside the 5. And open up the playbook now for Lexi. What can they look at with no option to run inside the red zone?
Oh, here I can tell you, Funtastic is going to crosses. They've ran this for every single season they've been in FPF. I'm willing to bet here. You have a deep crosser going across the back with some little short stuff in the front.
So, Tara, do you go with lanes as a defensive call?
I think you have to. I think you have to stay honest, stay on the goal line, and let them make a move on you.
Can LSC come up with an intervention? Roll it to the right again. Leroux back in the end zone. That is 6 and a 14-6 lead. So they didn't take the lanes approach here, and now they're down by 8. So I ask you guys this question. Do you go for 2 to make this what essentially amounts to being a 2-score lead, Alexi?
I think they are going for 2, which I think is the good call.
I agree.
And in that mindset, though, if they do give up the 2, could this really set back the mindset of where you need to be, given that your 2 scores early in this first half?
No, because Funtastic made the mistake of starting with the ball. So the Semi-Croquants have got an extra possession there sitting in their back pocket, so the extra possession wouldn't be game-changing.
Again, for those who are watching, wondering why there's only 10, there's a 5 versus 5 being played today. And again, Leroux going towards the short. That's through the hands too much on that as the magnets of her hands could not catch it. So now Semi-Croquants will get their second try on offense here. We saw them be very methodical with a mix of run and short passes here. So, Tara, do you think they might open it up with a deep ball to kind of stretch out this Funtastic 9 defense?
Well, so far we haven't really seen who's their speedster, and I think Funtastic is covering well, so I think they're still going to play it a little bit more conservative and march down the field.
Alexi, what do you think right now for the second drive coming up?
I think Funtastic need to switch rushers. They had a great success on their first rush, number 34 rush, who nearly got a PD on it. And since then, when they switched rushers, Girard's been able to buy a ton of time in the pocket. So it looks like they're going with a different rusher now again, which I think is the good call.
Again, Girard, the central figure, the authority of this offense for LSC right now on their second drive, down a score by 14-6. Girard looking towards the middle, slant in, that is caught, and a tackle, and that will be for about 3, if not 4 yards here. So they're using the interior of the hash marks, if there was hash marks, to their strength right now, Tower, with their play calling so far.
Yeah, I think they need to actually exploit the outside a little bit more. Alexi's on, he's onto something, and you know, the middle's covered. There's always congestion in the middle.
Well, that's what we call him the Prime Minister. He's the leader of ICE.
But the question is, does Girard have the arm strength to hit a hook on the sidelines 5 yards down the field before someone breaks on it? I'm not sure.
I think so.
Do you think she has the arm strength to make a deep ball down the sidelines? I think that's where we're going to have to see if they're going to challenge her on that deep ball attempt. Girard, now again rolling to her left. That's been a customary move so far. Away she goes, and she is out of bounds. Will that be enough for a first down? And it appears it will be, and this will be a first down, and a new set of downs come up here for the LSC offense, and a big run by her.
She actually looked to the hook on her first down there. There was a hook on the sideline. She looked at it, it was well covered. It was the perfect call to take off running on the other side to the weak side of the defense.
So the run now taking off for this next play, Tara. Again, do you expect to see more slants going in with no run option?
Yeah, probably. I think she's going to probably go back to the center once again. It's where she's most comfortable. We've seen her overthrow twice outside, so let's see what happens.
1st and 10 here for Semi-Croquants. Girard looking towards the right, hesitating, rolling, pushing back on the back heel. That's caught through traffic. Up the sidelines they go, and tackled just shy of the 5-yard line. And that might have been one of those caught in two moments for that Funtastic 9 defense, as they froze with 3 in the area, but the black uniform catching that for a first down and more.
I'm not sure if she was doing it on purpose. There was a great look off to the slant underneath to Morgane Lefol before going for the deeper corner post route.
So it appears we are inside the red zone at the 5. So the run taken out again here. We'll see what they call as a play selection for Girard. Again, she had 35 touchdowns during the regular season, 17 INTs, was sacked 13 times. Girard looking towards the middle, waiting, last second throw, and it's through the hands. And Tara, we talk about the concentration, and having the ball go through your hands is not one of the ideal scenarios.
Listen, she was wide open. That cannot happen, especially against a team that is a higher seed. You have to make that catch. You have to stay focused in the game.
Needed a cool finish, and there was nothing like that at all in that play, Alexi. And you wonder now what could be the play call here. She has gone towards the middle of this end zone quite a few times.
Yep, I think she probably is worried about hitting the sidelines here, but there's also congestion out the middle a bit too much. Look for the smash outs here towards the sidelines from the slots.
Are we going to have a little bet again between the two of you guys? I'm kind of sensing there might be one, maybe not for this play coming up here. 2nd and goal for Girard. Again, looking towards the middle, hesitating, going to the corner. Great catch and concentration, touchdown, 14-12 lead. And this was a big response, a Stardust moment here.
May I point it out on a smash out from the slot.
She was looking at the center as he ran a slant.
Well, I trust the coach's eyes because she sees it from a different vantage point here. So I give the win to Tara in this one here, Lexi. Sorry about that. So a big catch right there, 14-12 lead. And now it appears they're going to go for 1, which, again, is probably the right approach until we get to maybe the end of the second half, where we might see a 2-point convert required to tie or win the game. So a 1-point convert, or they're moving it back
they're
here.
going for 2.
They're going for 2. So they want to tie it up now and bring back the parity in this game here, down by 2. They're in red ink of -2 as we speak. Girard rolling to her right. The lefty now rolling to her left. She's got time. She's going to take off. Away she goes down to the middle of the field and tackled about 2 yards shy of the end zone. So it remains 14-12. Tara felt like she had nothing open from that moment she got the ball.
No, she didn't, and I think that she made the right decision to try to get it into the end zone. I think she could have ran to the sideline, hit that cone, and try to squeeze in there.
All right, so Lexi, here comes the Funtastic 9 offense. They've used every trick in their magic bag right now of what they've done with the second quarterback, the run. Do we see a deep ball thrown by them?
So this is a team that likes the deep ball, but Les Semi-Croquants haven't been tackling, so why would they risk a deep pick when they can just run and get yards after the catch? It's a lot easier, to run than to throw it deep.
Short distance now for Leroux from the center, quarterback exchange. Good snap, looking towards the left. He's going to roll to his left. He makes a jab move, and he's sacked. A big play, and the big play on defense here to create the intervention, and this will be second and long coming up here for Funtastic 9, Tara.
Yeah, he was very lucky there, the rusher. I mean, you got to contain. He's quick. He more or less did that. He's got a long arm span, so he was able to grab that flag.
And again, for that Montpetit sack, first class defending and a sniffer of danger as he got that sack. It'll be second and long. And New Orleans, can they get themselves out of this hole as Leroux is about 1 yard in his end zone looking towards away. Looking to the left, now rolling to his right. He's going to take off like he always does. Down the sideline as he goes. He's got more than enough for a first down. Up ahead, he's trying to get around one player and out of bounds, just shy of the 5-yard line. And a big run and a big response by him as the turbo was used, and he didn't look back on that play.
The rusher got greedy on that. He came in way too quick. Leroux was around him in one step. Look, the sack was great on the last play, but I'd take no sacks for the rest of the game and limiting those runs. So he needs to slow down a bit, contain, and keep him in front of him. Because if Leroux keeps on running like that all game, it's not going to be pretty.
How frustrating is that, Tara, that, hey, you had them pinned deep in their end zone, and now they're literally knocking at your end zone?
It's a momentum changer for sure. They have to make a stop here.
And now can they come up with some big defense here, patrolling and controlling this situation now is LSC. Can they come up with a stop here to keep it at 14-12? Rolling again to the right. Plenty of time to work with. Patience, short pass that is caught. And that will be short of the end zone. Stop at the lip of the doorbell. And this will be second and goal coming up here. And again, the run play is taken out with this being in red zone here. Alexi, what do you call?
So they're putting a lanes on the box pitch. I think it's a good call from Semi-Croquants, but the corner was playing really far off. So this little drag out from the center and a throw across the body from Leroux should be open to the center.
So, Tara, what do you think right now? Do they try to spread it out a little bit here to give more space to work with no run option in play?
So what I'm noticing is that they're definitely playing off the line. So if you ask me, they just need a quick hitter in front of the end zone, and they should score.
14-12 lead. This could be an 8-point gap here between Funtastic and LSC. Quick play, slant out, and that is caught. Touchdown. And Tara calls it once again here. Easy on the eye on that touchdown catch, and it's now a 20-12 lead. And now we come up to this situation that if they do convert on a 1 or 2 point convert, it's going to be a 2-score lead here, Tara, up by 8, perhaps 9, if not 10 points.
Well, you know what? I think that, like I said, they're taking their time. They're taking what they're given. They're not trying to do anything extra. They have the speed in their quarterback. He's making moves, so he's keeping them in this.
Can they have the panache to get it? Here's a second quarterback again. This has been their DNA all season long. Plenty of time to work with, and that's over, bouncing, ricocheting off the hands. And there were two options there, Alexi, that did not get that ball corralled in here. So a 20-12 lead, and this becomes a 1-score lead once again here, Alexi. This could have been a 2-score lead, which would have been a different outlook looking at this next drive.
Yeah, I think there was a few mistakes on that play. First of all, I don't like the call to go for 2, even though it's this team's DNA. They also had Julie Charbonneau wide open in the front of the end zone for a much easier throw. They tried to throw it over her for Eddie Zibari in the back, and it didn't just work out. When you have a player wide open at the front, you've got to take those. When they give you 2 points like that, can't miss it.
It's been an enthralling first half here of points 4, and we talk about how this could be for this third drive coming up here for the Semi-Croquants, looking to perhaps get this down to 2 if not tied up. High snap again for Girard. Going short pass. That's caught upwards to the left side and around enough for a first down here. So the spacing here, Tara, of the 5 versus 5 has enabled the yards after catch to be much more prevalent than it would have been in 6-on-6.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that, if you're running to the outside, you're going to get that extra few yards down the field. So I think everybody's looking at a more conservative way to not get beat deep, and that's what we've seen.
So, Lex, do we roll the dice here? Maybe see a man-to-man look at times?
No, I've talked to Funtastic. They won't play 9. They won't play man-to-man all game.
We'll see how this will play out. They are keeping a zone look for this 2 to the left of Girard. Looking towards the right, middle, and that is caught. Great deception by her as she was looking one way and up ahead towards the middle, and this will be inside the plus territory, and this will be a first down for LSC. So, Tara, they're looking much more confident now with the rhythm that they were lacking in the first drive initially.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Giroux's finally gotten her confidence now. She's starting to move the ball up. lot better. And, she's doing the look off. She's giving them a little something to think about.
So, Alexi, do you call maybe different looks for the zone of shoots and whatnot?
Oh, they need to, because right now Funtastic is playing a 2-2 box, so they've got 2 short, 2 deep, and a short rusher. That's a really dangerous combination for leaving something open over the middle, because she can get it up and over her. That middle's open all day.
Well, Alexi Dubois would have been an all-star if he was playing that system. And here is Gerard again going to the corner of the end zone. That's one-handed grab. Is that good?
No, incomplete.
Incomplete. So we'll hopefully get a replay on that one, on that situation. But what a spectacular hand magnets right there. And that would have been the highlight reel of the night as we look ahead. And again, Alexi got in the way of the highlights. So we'll hopefully get a second repeat of that as you're adjusting the headsets. But we'll see if we can get that highlight one more time. And there's 2 plays left in this first half. So here's the replay coming up here from the end zone, and that is cut off from where we're standing right now. So the 9 of 6, still a 20-12 lead for the Funtastic 9. 2 plays left, so not much room to work with in this first half. Second quarterback, their first attempt I've had in the second quarterback. Looking, rolling towards the middle of the field. Patience, wide open, through the hands, and that was nutmegged right through the hands. And now with 1 play left here, Tara, what do you call down by 8?
Well, they got to get in the end zone, but he should have caught that ball. It was a little low, I agree, but quarterback had time to throw a better ball.
All right, Alexi, what do you call then?
Girard was also open when she rolled out. I think they're going to come back to that later in the game because Girard was wide open for a 7-yard game. Yeah, I think now here, stack and just toss this up. Let's go for something. You need to get this ball in.
All right, last roll of the dice of the first half here. They need to get 6 at minimum. Gerard have the arm strength to get it up into the end zone. Looking towards the left. She's buying time. Going towards the corner of the end zone. A traffic cue, and it's incomplete. No flag on the call here. So at the end of the first half, a 20-12 lead for Funtastic 9 as they are up by 8. As now we are going to be heading towards our studio perch as we're joined, as I get my wiring all figured out here. As we get that figured, thank you very much, Tara. So, I ask you first, Alexi. First half, we saw some pretty efficient offense from both teams here. What adjustments can they make in the second half?
I think Funtastic needed to learn how to play 5v flag. I know that les Semi-Croquants have experience playing 5v flag, so more international stuff. I think Funtastic need to leave Girard the sidelines. She hasn't wanted to throw them all day, so condense that defense, take away the middle, and leave her a sideline hook until she throws it. Make her throw it.
All right, Tara, take us into that team talk then. As a coach, what would you be telling both teams here trying to get ready for the second half?
There's not too much that I think needs to change in terms of the game plan. Like, Funtastic is doing what they need to do to make sure that they get the ball down the field. They're using their speed. They're going to continue to do that. I think for les Semi-Croquants, they just need to, hit the outside, take advantage of what's given to them on the sidelines. She needs to make that throw. She can make that throw.
So what do you expect from the opening drive the second half here for Semi-Croquants trying to get back in this game down by 8?
I think they need to take a deep shot. That's my thought.
What do you think, Alexi?
I think Tara's dead wrong on that one. I
Can
don't
we get a bet now? We're trying to get this bet going on here. It hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, I don't think they have the size, I don't think they have the speed, and I don't think they have the arm strength to try a deep shot. I think they can try something, come back along the sidelines, but that's as deep as they're going to get.
It's 1st and 10. It's okay. Take a shot. You never know.
Until they get picked.
They might.
But let's not forget that we've not seen a turnover yet of consequence. Do you expect to see that to happen in the second half, or maybe trying to open it up here and just try to get that juggler going in their favor?
I think they're still going to play conservative. I would play conservative. Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I would still take a shot.
Do you agree with that, Alexi, to keep it simple and not try to get too exotic with your flavors?
100%. Until they start taking away the middle of the field from Girard, she can hit those little hooks and those little slants in there all game long. And then if she can spice that up with a bit of stuff on the sidelines, she's in business. She doesn't need the deep ball. She doesn't need it all season. She's passed for, 1,700 yards without it?
Yeah. So would you say the quarterbacks are going to be the difference maker, or do you think there will be a supporting cast member that might come up with a big play?
I don't see a supporting cast member on les Semi-Croquants that can really step up. They've got a bunch of solid role players, but their superstar needs to be Girard if they're going to win this game.
All right, Tara, when you look at the second half here, do you think fatigue will be a factor again with a 5 versus 5 format? That's not the traditional look of an FPF game of 6-on-6.
5-6, I don't think it's that much of a difference. I think, honestly, they're pretty well matched. Semi-Croquants seem to be in shape. They don't seem tired. They're smiling. They're having fun. So I don't see that being a factor.
Now, as we make our way towards back into the broadcast booth of what we have coming up here for the second half, it is a 20-12 lead for Funtastic 9 as we get ready for the second half action here from Lachine, Quebec. It is the Coed 2 final. And Semi-Croquants will lead off this second half here, looking to have a super finish and to get themselves in this game. But when you think about it right now, if Funtastic 9 had hit on their last convert, this could have been a 2-score lead going towards the second half here, Lex.
It could have been a 2-score lead going into the second half. And if les Semi-Croquants had missed a wide open pass there, they could have been going for a lead right now. But if it's Nance or pots and pans, we'd have no need for tinkers.
So, Tara, how relieved do you think they are if Semi-Croquants, it's only a 1-score game that could have been 2 scores?
You know, in a final, you got to take advantage of those points, and you know, those are missed points. Now I think she's on her heels a little bit, Giroux. She saw nothing. She's taken off on the run.
So Girard gets on the run here. Will be second in about 5, if not 4. Now make it 6 officially here. So that was only a 4-yard run for Girard on that play. And again, the run taken out of this equation for the next play coming up here for the Semi-Croquants, who are down by a score of 20-12 here from Lachine 3. The Coed 2 final between these two teams here in FPF. Here is Girard on 2nd and 6. High snap towards the right. Looking towards the side. That's the first deep shot. Wide open through the hands. And oh my, that was on the front foot here for Semi-Croquants. Lafol was all by herself here. And Tara, I saw your body expression, the frustration. Your eyes bulged seeing that ball going deep and unfortunately not connected.
Yeah, she stopped running. She slowed up. The ball was perfect. She had a step, and she slowed down.
You see the replay right here, Alexi. They had it and just through the hands. The Magnus were not connected with that football.
No, that's on the receiver. She had the DB beat by steps on it. And that was the deep shot they needed. That was their step back. That was their way back into this game. That's huge.
And we'll see now if that maybe soften up the Funtastic 9 defense to keep themselves a little more conservative in how they are approaching this defensive scheme. Another wide snap, and that's a bad snap, and that's going to cost them yards. About 10, if not 11 yards here. And Tara, seeing your eyes roll back here, how frustrating is that, seeing it from your perspective as a coach?
Honestly, when you're down and your snap goes into the turf, it is a momentum killer for your quarterback, for your team. The worst is on 4th and 1, but this one hurts as well.
So this appears as a 4th and 1. So they're going to punt this ball away. The question now is, will it be, Alexi, at midfield or inside the Funtastic 9? Because this could be the kill shot that they're looking for to go up perhaps by 2 scores. And from the looks of it here,
it's at midfield.
Midfield, and this changes the whole outlook of this game here as they're smelling blood in the water. It's Funtastic 9. And do you go for the kill shot of the deep ball to shut off this first play?
Nope, because the kill shot can work either way here. They need to keep these odds low and in their favor. Just keep on going that field. Once Semi-Croquants start actually tackling.
LaRue, second quarterback again. They got time to work with, plenty of time. Looking deep, going cross body. That is incomplete. And that should have been cleaned to Felix Martel. And Tara, you're looking towards the far end zone, the left side of the formation that was wide open for days.
So, yeah, for me it gets a little frustrating because I feel like in the co-ed division sometimes women are underestimated, and you know, they're often wide open, and they don't throw the ball. So
and it's not like he didn't see them. He looked right there, saw an open woman, and just decided to not pull the trigger on it.
Martel had 4 touchdowns, which was the second highest on the team roster this past season, 13 catches. So her TD to completion ratio was very strong for her this season. Short pass again. That's caught up ahead towards the sideline. 1 miss, 2 miss, and tackled just shy is Lafol again, tackling number 13 in Saint Jean. So, Alexa, we're seeing them go with the short game now on this next play.
Well, they look to take the deep shot. Their first down play was designed for a deep run. They just didn't have the confidence to throw it, which isn't a bad call. They don't need to take those risks. If they can keep on getting 6-7 yards a shot here, no issues.
And for the last 3-4 drives, this has been their postal code inside the near red zone. Looking towards the right. Here goes the run towards the right side. Makes one move, and the poacher finishes off for the touchdown. A 26-12 lead. Tara, that looked like it was a breakdown of defensive tackling on that play.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's shifty, absolutely. But, you know, you make one move, you got to break down. Stand in front of him. Stop him.
Well, breakdown means it would have been working in the first place. They haven't been tackling all game.
And now it's a 26-12 lead. It's a 2-score game for Funtastic 9 over LSC here. If they hit this convert, does this make this a tall mountain to climb, Tara, for this team trying to come back down and trail? And this will be a 27-12 lead. So this is definitely...
That was a 2. That was a 2-point convert.
That's a 2-point convert here. So a 28-12 lead. So this is now a full touchdown score here. So, Tara, how do you break this down here? Do you, again, try to go for the deep ball, try to get the quick score to save some time?
I think you have to. She had the opportunity. She took it, but maybe try it with a different receiver this time.
What do you think?
I think they go back to, if they want a deep shot, I think it's to La Folle. I think matchup-wise, La Folle is probably the best female receiver on the pitch right now, and I'd take her over either one of Funtastic DBs in man coverage. So if they get a man look, they've got to have some sort of audible for La Folle to just fly, because that's their key back into this game.
Can La Folle be the quicksilver of this offense, be the catalyst to kind of stretch this defense? They had a chance on their opening possession. Again, confusion from both sides.
Looking deep.
Going deep. Got a man open. Popped up in the air. Great catch up ahead towards the sideline. Down the field they go. And that's a big play and a big tackle just shy of the borderline. Oh, my, what a big catch by Dupre. And that was a huge sigh of relief because that was almost dead to rights on that play, Tara.
Listen, Dupre should have gotten in the end zone, in my opinion. I think he was a little nonchalant at the end, and he got tackled.
And tackle in the nick of time by Martel. Actually, great instinctive defensive play by Martel to keep it at a score of 28-12.
Great diving tackle, but did you see how he went up and climbed up for that ball? They need more plays like that if they're going to win this game.
And now it is a first and goal, a 28-12 lead.
And still a lot of time, 15 minutes here.
50 minutes left here. They're at the borderline of 2-yard territory. A crowd source to the left of 2 for Gerard. Looking towards the right. Short play, incomplete, well defended this time by Leroux. Intended for Montpetit, I beg your pardon, and Tara. She went for the short game at the front of the goal line.
Yeah, that's great defense on their part. I think, they're going to have to stretch it out to the sides. They really are.
But that route was covered the entire way. From
Yeah.
his first step off his break, it was covered, and she looked nowhere else.
Yeah.
She was going there, be it a pick or a touchdown. That's what she was going to throw.
Perhaps the term to use is tunnel vision on that play. As it was locked into one player and one player only, and that was Montpetit, who's now playing to the width of the left of the formation, 2 to her left. And can they get this crucial touchdown here, down by 16? Low snap again, going towards the right. Great catch and touchdown this time by La Folle. A big play here, 28-18 lead, a 10-point gap. They have to go for 2. Would you agree, Lexi?
Yeah, this is when those converts they missed from the start of the game are really coming back to bite them in the backside, because this is not an easy 2-point convert here.
14 minutes left here, Tara. Would you agree to go for the 2 right now?
Yes, I agree. They have to get back in this game. Otherwise, I think at this point they'll just run the clock and the game will be done.
Well, 14 minutes left here, so there's plenty of clock to run if they can hold on to a 14-minute possession, which would be unheard of in FPF territory. However, we have seen 10-minute drives by teams in FPF in years past.
But that's not how Funtastic are mine. Funtastic aren't a slow team. They're not a clock chewers.
They are not slow-tastic, that's for sure. Gerard again to the right, going towards the corner of the end zone. That is too much meat on that pass. So this remains a 10-point lead at 28-18. So you mentioned the quick straight offense of Funtastic. Tara, I ask you now, do you look to maybe max the clock and kind of slow the pace down to kind of put the squeeze on le Semi-Croquants right now?
Yeah, there's no pressure on the Funtastic at this point. I think they can, play around a little bit, run some different schemes that's going to chew up some clock. Double halfback set possibly. We'll see.
What do you think, Lexi? Do you maybe go exotic and try to maybe keep the fun in the Funtastic going?
I think they should, but I think they're looking for the kill right here.
And they're looking for the second quarterback again. Here's second pass dropping down to the left side, looking short, going deep. That's caught up here towards the sideline. Away they go. One man to beat. Going cross field. He will not be caught. Down the field he goes. Touchdown. And a big play and a big response for Phil Leroux, who gets that touchdown. And a big touchdown for him, his 8th of the year. And a huge catch run to make it 34-18. And that could be a backbreaker here, Alexi.
Look, a lot of mistakes on that play, but I think you need to look first at Dupéry. They dropped the second quarterback, which they've been doing all night, and he didn't follow until the ball was already in his hands. The second that guy steps backwards off the line of scrimmage, you got to be in there like a heat-seeking missile, and he wasn't.
Tara, we look at that touchdown. That was a heat-seeking touchdown right there. It felt like it was a complete breakdown of the defense from Semi-Croquants.
Yeah, definitely. They were in a chase position from the jump. It's tough. They need to communicate. They're not communicating. So you're not seeing what you need to see there.
All right, 2-point convert coming up here. 34-18 lead for Funtastic 9. Can they perhaps make this an 18-point gap? Going to the corner of the end zone, and that's incomplete. And again, too much depth on that play, and that will be a 34-18. So the good news is a touchdown for Funtastic 9. The bad news is for Semi-Croquants, they're down by a score of 16 points here, and they got to go back to square one. Tara, do you expect them to go maybe with a deep ball again to kind of open it up once more?
You know what? I think at this point they've just got to, make some completions and convert. Like, I would go for the deep shot, but I think they just got to stay honest.
What do you think, Alexi?
I think they're in a real pickle at this point, but again, I think if they have the man look, it's the deep shot to Le Foll. That's their way out of this game. Said it before. Not very creative.
They've
Here,
been.
look. She's looking. She's got man right here.
And can this be the big play looking for? High snap again for Girard. Rolling towards her left. Going short through the hands. Incomplete. Intended for Le Foll. And again, we talk about being the architects of their success. This has been the architects of their downfall. The inability to make these simple plays go in favor. I believe, Alexi, that was their second, if not third, drop ball by Semi-Croquants.
And it was also a bad adjustment by Le Foll. Her quarterback wanted to go upfield on that because she had the defender beat for more yards, and she kept it vertical.
Tara, what do you think right now from that viewpoint?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's what the quarterback was talking about just then, telling her, you got to go deep. You got to go because I'm in trouble. I need your help. So.
All right, as we now get ready for what is a critical down coming up here for Semi-Croquants. Girard going to the short pass again and quickly gobbling that ball up and sharpening on the tackle. And Le Foll held to very minimal gain. This becomes a third down here. And Tara, this has now become very lack of creativity from the offensive play calling with these short passes of dink and dunk. It feels like they're in the lead as opposed to trying to chase the lead.
Yeah, definitely. I think now, Funtastic is just coming down on a man-to-man, and they're just going to say, beat me.
Can they pull off a smash or grab? Could there be late drama with them down by 16, Alexi, when you look at it right now, with this being a third down, I believe? This is definitely the money play here because if it's fourth down, it becomes a very serious, dire need at that point. Here is Girard. Going deep, middle, fly ball, well defended, intended this time for Desprez, and blocked by Martel, who read that perfectly, Alexi.
Read it perfectly? He was actually a step behind his receiver. That ball was open deep. Look here. The receiver had him beat, and the ball slowed down. If that ball was 2 yards further down the field, we're talking about a touchdown right now, and Semi-Croquants being back in this game.
Now, Sarah, from that perspective, was there too much trajectory in the ball more than having the zip on that play?
No, the ball was underthrown, right? He was ahead, as Alexi said, and I think that she needed to arc it more over the defender, and they would have had 6 points.
So the trajectory was there, but didn't have enough zip on that. And now it's a big play coming up here for Semi-Croquants. Second quarterback drop. Girard going towards the option, towards the left, rolling towards the middle of the field. Now double pressure, wide open is Girard. She's got it up towards the midfield stripe, and that will be more than enough for a first down. A big, gutsy call on that play.
So if you remember at the end of the second half, they ran the exact same play, and Girard ran free, and she was wide open on that. And it's great of them to come back to it when it really mattered because they knew she was going to be free on that because they didn't pick her up the first time. So that's good play calling by Semi-Croquants.
So, Tara, they go for the juggler on that play, and they convert on that critical fourth down.
Yeah, that keeps them in the game, gives them a little life still. They've got a lot of time. If they can, manage to score quickly here, I think they've still got a shot.
Can they pull off a smash and grab and get a couple of touchdowns before this game expires? Down by 16, so not much time to work with about 8:37 left. Girard's got his second quarterback option again. Wide open, down the sideline. Incomplete. Le Foll was right there. Tower, your thoughts on that throw? It felt like it was the perfect trajectory and arc on that throw.
This is finals. Lay out for the ball. That is my comment.
Your thoughts here, Alexi Dubois?
That would have scraped the knees, and you'd have been picking scabs off for the next week, but that ball was catchable if you went out for it.
I think I figured out that Alexi Dubois will not be a Tower player with you worrying about your scraping the knees.
Well, there's a reason where I wear knee pads. They look awful, and I pull them up every single play, but I wear knee pads because I've got a scab on my knee right now, and it's not fun.
Second down. They need to get a few more touchdowns to create some scabs here. Here we go again. Deep ball down the sidelines. Le Foll part 2, and that is incomplete. So they've gone to the well one too often on that same play, Tara. Do they maybe try to go to a different player? And we've seen her go deep on her right side than her left side, which is the open position of her body.
Yeah, they need a different receiver because either LaFole's tired, which is possible, or she just doesn't trust her other receivers to get down there and not be covered.
So I disagree. That's the matchup they can win with. Le Foll on the DB there is a winning matchup in man coverage. They just need to connect.
Why has she not gone to her left side of her body? Because she's a left-handed thrower. She's going cross body on the right side.
That's a good question.
Here we go. The question needs to be answered now. Going deep middle. That's caught. Will that be enough for a first down? And away they go and tackle in the nick of time and a big third down conversion. And that will bring up a first and, I believe, a goal as they're inside the 10 now. Officially, we'll see where it's marked off. I think this will be shy of the red zone. Terry, your eyes are better than mine from the referee angle. Is that a red zone situation?
Yeah. Oh, just outside. Wow.
So this is now the option of the run pass here, the RPO. So, Alexi, do you go for the run now or do you wait to time it up on a play call that might fit your look?
I like to pass out of the backfield to Girard again. I don't think they're going to adapt. I think that's their money play. And if they need a touchdown now more than ever, that's what they got to go back to.
6:25 here, Tara. Do you go for the run or do you go for the pass?
No, I think they can hit something on the outside. And like Alexi said, I think that the option makes sense.
Compelling watch right now. They're in deep red ink here is Semi-Croquants down by 16 points with 6:14 left in this second half. Girard looking towards the middle. Buying time. Going back end zone. That's picked off. Down the sidelines to go. And a big tackle. And that could have been the pick six in the sword to the hopes of Semi-Croquants. But nonetheless, though, a big swing here on defense. We talk about the one turnover, Tara. It happens now on that INT.
Yeah, honestly, I think she tried to squeeze that in there. I think in a case like this, you're down, throw it away.
Did she force it?
She forced it, and look, she threw it for a back foot. The entire game she'd be able to get around the rusher. Here she wasn't able to, and she threw it for momentum backwards. That ball needs to be 2 yards higher up to give her receiver a chance, and we've seen Dupéry jump for them well before, and that ball was just short.
All right, now with 5:30 left here, this could be the moment that Semi-Croquants are put to the sword. Rolling, evading the sack. Space to work with. Away they go down the sidelines. That'll be enough for a first down. Looking for more hope is Leroux, and you can see Girard very frustrated as she missed the tackle initially and gets on the second part here, Tara.
Yeah, now they're just going to, I think, play with, a little bit of angst, a little bit of anger. She's frustrated from that interception. So they need to calm down and try to compose themselves and stay in this game.
But if we look back at that, they had Alizi Barry no one within 10 yards of her for the open touchdown. They need to start taking some of these shots to the woman.
All right, Leroux, a very slow snap here. A shoulder pass wide open up ahead towards the left sideline. This could be the kill shot out of bounds. Oh, my. And you look at that. Charbonneau Tower, her size 10s went out of bounds. If she kept those feet inbounds, we might be looking at 6 points and perhaps a 40-18 lead here, but that's a big conversion right there.
Yeah, you got to know where you are on the field, right? Like, you've got to see where your lines are, and she definitely could have sealed the deal right there had she not stepped out.
Alexis Dubois now goes to field side. Is this a two-person booth here as we have more space to work with now? And we got replay as well, so we got plenty of time here to work with here as there's only 4:10 left. And so now we're starting to see Funtastic really slow it down from their offensive approach for this few series. So trips left, so that's the first time we've seen 3 on the right. And you wonder if Leroux might go to the left, I beg your pardon. Now he's going to the right corner in a one-on-one. That is caught twice. Third bite is good. Touchdown. And a big play, and that might be the dagger in the hearts of LSC here in a 40-18 lead, Tara. And we're maybe looking at the new Coed-Ed 2 champions in Funtastic 9.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's where we're headed. I don't really think that Semi-Croquants is able to come back at this point. I think they're running a little tired, a little frustrated. So it's too bad.
Lacking the answers and trying to get that correct from the questions. But right now, Funtastic 9 are going to be heading towards their first Coed-Ed 2 title with 3:15 left here. So for this team, they came into the year at 6-3-1. And many thought this was a team unknown, and now they're making themselves known with this Coed-Ed 2 championship now in their back pocket. The question will remain, can LSC keep the plays alive here, down by a score of 40-18? And big play now. But you got to admit, Tara, this Funtastic Nine have been very impressive on both sides of the football.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, they've stuck together. They haven't done anything crazy or wild. They've stayed conservative when they needed to. They've taken the shot when they've needed to. Like I said, their quarterback has definitely kept them running around. His speed, his shiftiness has kept Semi-Croquants off balance, definitely.
A second half show done by Funtastic Nine here, and take us to those moments here. You've won multiple championships. What is going through their minds right now as they inch closer and closer towards 5 plays and perhaps a championship from that 5 point onwards?
You know, the key here is you have to stay composed, right? You have to just play out the time, and it's exciting, but just stay honest. It's gonna come.
It's close. 2 minutes left here in this football game, and I think we can see LSC really conceded now as they are going to keep this to a simple move. Again, they were lacking the depth to work with. Only 5 players available for this final, and Funtastic Nine, I guess, accommodating them with them going with 5. This could have been easy as 6-on-5, which, if it was the case, we might be looking at double the scoreline of maybe 80-18 as opposed to 40-18.
Yeah, and that's no fun, right? I think the Funtastic's definitely shown great sportsmanship in.
And the first sack right there, I beg your pardon. And that could be the exclamation point towards that victory, but a big sack by Funtastic Nine.
Yeah, like I was saying, Funtastic Nine, they showed great sportsmanship, agreeing to play 5-on-5, making it more interesting. We've still seen that they are the more dominant team, the stronger team, and they're going to take that championship this season.
As we are now inside 1 minute left in this game here, running on fumes is LSC. And for Funtastic Nine, they are going to enjoy this on a Monday night. Flag in the play, and now taking off Gerard. She's got plenty of acres to work with as she will try to pirouette around, and she won't get beyond that first wave of defend. And this will be a flag. We'll see what the referee has to call right now.
Interférence sur le rusher. La pénalité est déclinée. 4e essai.
So 4th down coming up here, and from our clock, this is unofficial, 24 seconds left. This could be the last play, and this could be the chance for them to enjoy the victory formation with them up by this score of 40-18.
Yeah, definitely. I think, at this point, you got nothing to lose. Take it deep. Take the shot.
Tee it up and let it fly, as they once said. And
Yep.
now this could be the last play of this game. Gerard looking for the second quarterback option. She goes to it, waiting now. Patience down, wide open, looking. This is deflected as that was intended for the fall. And that is it. Funtastic Nine are your Coed 2 champions as they win convincingly in a Stardust finish from start to finish as they win 40-18, a box office finish here as they are your Coed 2 champions. And we will be joined by Alexis Dubois in the field level for the post-game comments here. And we'll get that figured out here. But a big win for them. And now, as we are joined in the booth here, and Tyler, we look at it right now, how it was. First half was score for score. And then we saw them pull away, Funtastic Nine. In the second half, they took over and didn't look back.
Well, like you saw, right, there was missed opportunities by Semi-Croquants, ball through the hands, back of the end zone, a couple of missed tackles. So it definitely didn't help the situation, and I think that's the difference in the game here.
When you look at it from this perspective, though, in terms of the quality of talent, right, Funtastic Nine, even at 5, showed their depth of talent and then just being far superior from the royal aspect of them having 5 excellent players on the field. I wondered if they had 6, this scoreline could have been even higher.
I agree with you. It definitely would have shown how they are as a complete team. I think they, definitely gave Semi-Croquants a fighting chance, and they were in it for, like we said, the first half. But we saw, again, due to the missed opportunities, the second half they took it away.
Yeah, you can see right now the trophy presentation being done as we speak here. When you look at Coed, and you've been a part of this, you've been a part of the female flag football community for eons now. Not to make you feel old or anything, but seeing now in FPF, you know, the seeds have been harvested for a couple of seasons here, and now we're going to be joined by Alexis Dubois in a few moments here. So we'll get his Q&A right now. Here we go to Alexis Dubois, and hold that thought here, Tara.
Bonne game, on voulait que ça soit fair, fait qu'on a décidé qu'on avait un sub, fait qu'on allait jouer à 55 pour rendre ça fair puis qu'on a une bonne game.
D'habitude, vous gagnez avec plusieurs deep balls. Ouais. Je t'ai vu assez mort, assez de monde dans le fond du end zone, mais aujourd'hui, le deep ball n'était pas trop là. C'est quoi le call?
C'est sûr qu'à 5 joueurs, il y a plus de place pour courir sur le terrain. Fait que on a pris avantage de ça. Puis on voulait aussi essayer de spread la balle à tout le monde parce qu'on voulait avoir une belle game et que tout le monde touche au ballon.
Le juke move était pas mal là sur les courses aujourd'hui. Ça faisait du bien?
Ouais, j'avais de la flash, j'étais content, on fait ça nous un peu.
Puis vous avez commencé la saison, c'est quoi, votre 4e saison à Coed? Au début, je vous ai chié pas mal dessus dans les articles. Puis, exactement. Puis ça sent comment de gagner la finale?
Ouais, ça fait du bien de faire mentir les haters. Puis fais-toi une team puis on va venir te battre aussi.
Let's go.
All right, and so just to get back as we hear their thoughts here, Tara. So we look at Coed, and now we're starting to see it grow. The talent level from top to bottom has improved dramatically. What do you expect to see from Coed moving forward as we look towards the future years of Coed and FPF?
So honestly, I think that flag is definitely taking going on to a different level with the beginning of university ball now. We're seeing those players come into FPF. We're also going to see more women's teams, I think, come into FPF come the winter season. The exposure is there, the publicity is there. Girls want to play.
Yeah.
So I think you're really going to start to see if they want to keep playing at the university level, they're going to have to keep playing in other leagues. So I think definitely the co-ed's going to grow and the women's division is going to grow.
As the championship photo, the best picture in sports is the team photo being done right now. And again, this has been a fantastic season of Coed, Tara. And again, this was a fun final to call with you and Alexis Dubois, who had to do 2 roles, going from studio booth down to field level for that. And we had a great time here. So congratulations to Funtastic 9 as they win convincingly 40-18 over the Semi-Croquants and Coed 2 final. And we'll see what they do next year, where they go from here. Because we have the Fall Cup coming up, and then the winter season not too far away. So we'll see if they will test the deeper waters of the ocean with the top-tier talents out there. And who knows how that will play out, Tara.
Well, the way he's talking, he's saying that, it's time now. We've made our mark. We've won the championship, so come and play us. He's putting the teams out there. He's putting them on notice and challenging some of the other big hitters to come out and Coed.
Well, the big hitters are in the higher divisions. We'll see how this plays out. But again, a fantastic final. Congrats to Funtastic 9 to win this title here. On behalf of Tara and Alexis Dubois and yours truly, we wish you a good evening, and we'll see you for the Fall Cup. Bye for now.